Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Flutter Coding 101. So in this video today, I am going to show you how you can make your own Google Translator. And I'm going to show you two ways in which you can make your own Google Translator. The first is using a translator package which has the Google Translator API. You just have to specify your source language, your destination language, and the input text that you have. The second way is using Gemini, Google's chat assistant, that is the AI that Google has created. Okay, so let's get started. So the first thing that you need over here is this translator package. Now, as you know, to install this package, you can install it in your pubspec.yml file. So you can install it in two ways. First is you type the command pub add translator, or you just copy this package name in your pubspec.yml file. So over here, as you can see, I have added the translator package in my pubspec.yml file. Once you have done this, so this is my UI, this is how my app looks. All right, I have used one small lottie animation over here which is related to translation, and I have used two drop downs with a list of languages. I have used these many languages. Now you can add more languages, or you can keep it purely the national languages. You can keep a list of the top five like international languages or whatever you like. So this will be, these are the default source and destination languages, and there's a small text prompt wherein you can input the text which you need to be translated. There's a button named translate, and over here there's a small text which will show the translated text. So for example, um, if I enter this and I translate it, so here you can see it has translated into French. Now, if I change my language, for example, if I go ahead with Hindi, right, and I translate it, मुझे YouTube पर वीडियो बनाना पसंद है, or you can just go ahead and choose any language, let's say Japanese. So it has translated it in Japanese. Of course I cannot read this, but so yeah, it will translate it. So let's get started. All right, so as you can see, I'll just show you the UI that I have. So the first thing is my lottie.network, wherein I have added this URL of this lottie image. Then in a row, I have used two drop down buttons. Now in this, while you use your languages, you have to specify the language code. For example, for English, the language code is EN. For Hindi, it is HI. For Italian, it is IT. So it takes the input, the code of the language, and not exactly the language, right? So over here, if you can see, I have one small function which will get the language code. So you will input the name of the language and it will return the code. So English EN is returned, Hindi HI is returned. You can get these codes on Google. The whole list will be available. For Marathi MR, Spanish is ES, and so on. So this is one function. Then I have made variables for the original language, destination language, and this output is basically the output text that I show. So initially I've kept it as an empty string, but later on when you save the output in that string, it will show. Now this drop down, there is a list of strings, right? So all these languages that I wanted to use, I have included in this list. um, okay, and there is this translate method. All right, so in this translate method, I'm initializing the translator. All right, and then here I'm translating it, and the input that I will be passing is the input that I will have, and then there will be the from language and the to language, right? And then I'm using set state to set my output to the translation. So this translation.text.toString will be my output. And this from language is basically the language that I will be choosing from the first drop down. The to language is the language I will be choosing in the second drop down. And this input is the string that I type, the text that I type inside this text field. So it will go inside this translation, and this output of this translation will be my output text that I will be showing you. So here you can see I have created this drop down which will set the original language over here. Then there is another drop down over here. I have used one small icon to show that this language will be converted into this language, as you can see over here. Then the second drop down will set the destination language. All right, once you have done this, there's a text field which will be the input text that would be converted. And there's this translate button. So when you click on the button, if in case the source text is empty, it will return a enter text to be translated, a prompt. And otherwise, if it is not empty, then I will call this translate function. wherein I have passed the original language, but I have passed it using the get language code. So actually, it will be passing the code of the language. For example, if it's English, then it will pass EN. If it's Hindi, the destination language is Hindi, then it will pass HI, and the source which I entered here, that text will be passed over here. And then over here in this text field that I have used, I have shown the output. All right, so this is one way in which you can convert text into different languages. You can make your own translator. Now, the second way in which you can convert your text is using Gemini AI. So you can pass a prompt to Gemini saying, I want to convert this and this text to this and this language from this language. Okay, so you can just prompt it to Gemini. So let me quickly explain it to you how you can do that. um, so the first thing that you need to do is you need to get the Google Generative AI package. So here I have added the Google Generative AI. You need to set up your Gemini, which I have explained in one of my previous videos. I will be linking them in my description, if in case you haven't checked it out. And once you have done that, so there is this method that I have. So here I have initialized my API key, and in this method, translate with Gemini, I'm again passing my from language, my to language, and my input string. So here I am initializing my model. This is the model that I will be using. It is 1.5 Flash. And then the context that I will be giving is translate so and so input from this language to this language. Okay, and this response I will be storing as my output. Now, this response will not be exactly in the output format, but you can specify that in this prompt that you give, that I want the response in so and so format. It could be a JSON or whatever you like. So now I will show you how the prompt looks for the response which is generated by AI. So let's say Spanish. Okay. So okay, let's try again. Okay, so me gusta hacer videos de Flutter. That's the Spanish explanation for it. So this is how you convert your text from one language to another using Gemini AI. I hope you all like this video. Please do like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you all in my next video. Thank you so much.